Welcome to this presentation on Nazi billionaires and their impact on Germany during the Second World War. Today, we'll be exploring the dark history of some of Germany's wealthiest and most influential families, and their role in the rise of the Nazi regime. We'll also be discussing the book by David De Jong, which sheds light on this often overlooked aspect of the war. As we delve into this topic, it's important to remember that understanding the past is crucial to building a better future. By examining the actions of these wealthy dynasties, we can gain insight into the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of accountability. So, let's begin our journey into the world of Nazi billionaires. During the Nazi regime, wealth and power were closely intertwined. The wealthiest families in Germany held significant influence over the political landscape of the time. These families, known as dynasties, included the Krupps, the Quandts, and the Flicks, among others. Their immense wealth allowed them to shape government policies and support the Nazi Party financially. In return, they received favorable treatment from the government and access to lucrative contracts for their businesses. This symbiotic relationship between these wealthy families and the Nazi Party helped solidify their power and influence during this dark period in history. The Krupp family was one of the most powerful and influential families in Germany during the Nazi era. They were known for their massive steel and arms production, which made them a key player in the war effort. However, their success came at a great cost. The Krupps exploited thousands of forced laborers, including prisoners of war and concentration camp inmates, who were subjected to inhumane working conditions and often died from exhaustion or malnutrition. Despite this, the Krupps continued to profit from their operations and even received awards from the Nazi regime for their contributions to the war effort. The Quandt family, who owned a majority stake in BMW, was one of the wealthiest and most influential families in Nazi Germany. They profited immensely from the regime and the use of forced labor, with their factories producing weapons and other war materials. After the war, the Quandts attempted to distance themselves from their past and portray themselves as victims of the regime. However, evidence later emerged that showed their active involvement in the exploitation of forced labor in their attempts to cover it up. The Flick family was one of the wealthiest and most influential families in Germany during the Nazi era. They were heavily involved in the war effort, producing weapons and using forced labor to maximize profits. The family had close ties to high-ranking officials, including Hitler himself. After the war, the Flicks attempted to distance themselves from their past and avoid prosecution. However, they were eventually brought to trial and found guilty of war crimes and crimes against humanity. The family's vast wealth and power could not protect them from justice. In conclusion, it is clear that wealthy dynasties played a significant role in the rise of the Nazi regime and its atrocities. The Krupps, Quandts, and Flicks were just a few of the families who profited from the war effort and the use of forced labor. Understanding their influence on the political landscape of the time is crucial to comprehending the full scope of the Holocaust. David De Jong's book sheds light on this dark chapter of history and provides valuable insight into the power dynamics at play during the Nazi era. We encourage further exploration of this topic and urge readers to consider the implications of wealth and power in today's society. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.